Hi, I'm Barbara Lorraine, and this is a tutorial on how to use Keynote to make your first simple infographic. So let's get right into it. As I said, we're building your first simple infographic. And I'm Barbara Lorraine, known as the Queen of Small Business, because I help people start a business, grow their business, or start a side business to earn extra income. If you're in any one of those categories, this is for you. Now stay to the end of this tutorial and you'll get a free gift valued at $150. So why use infographics? To grab attention and interest, to get your content read, to make a positive impression, to create desire, and to inspire action. After all, it's only when you get people to take action that you get business, that you earn your living, and that they get the help that only you can provide. Okay, why images? Why an infographic? Why a graphic? Images stick in your long-term memory. They transmit messages faster. They improve comprehension, trigger emotion, and motivate learners. And those are all good things in your marketing efforts, right? Now here's a visual that shares all of that information. And isn't it easier to read that and to have it stick with you? Just like it says, it does have a positive impact on memory. And do you want people to remember you and the services and products that you provide, the solutions that you have for people? Absolutely. So the goal is attention, interest, desire, and action. Now here's the text that we're beginning with from an actual website of Jeanette Joy Fisher. She's offering these webinars, 8 different webinars. When I saw this, I thought, boy, that would be really good in an infographic. Let's begin with some basics about graphics, about color. Don't overdo it with using too many colors. That's good for kindergartners, but for most people, we need more simplicity. Choose your brand color palette. This is Jeanette Joy's. Lots of colors there, so we could have lots of choices. Choose the feel of your brand and stick with it. What would you say is the feel of Joy's brand? Well, she's into joy, happiness, health, lovely, elegant, whimsical stuff. And so choose the feel of your brand and stick with it. Consistency in your graphics and in all of your marketing, it inspires trust and confidence. Now a little bit about inspiration and legalities in using clip art. Here's a short lesson in the legalities of art, text, and music. Other people create content and they own it. Okay, they own it. So let's talk about, and when an artist, say, does a piece of music and a movie wants to use that music, they have to pay a royalty. So there are lots of sites that, well, meaning that each time that piece of music is played, the artist is paid a royalty fee. Now, there are many sites on the internet that provide artwork, music, royalty-free, but that does not mean that it's free. What it means is that you don't have to pay a royalty each time that you use the asset. On the other hand, there's actual free assets like clip art or images and music that you can use that's in the public domain, and you can use that for free. There are not free graphic sites and there are free graphic sites. Look to see what's available. Here are some of those sites. On the left, the not free sites. On the right, there are sites that are free. And although we won't be using images today, I want you to notice there's a great site that I just discovered called Pexel for images that you could use on Facebook or other places. Okay, be consistent. This generates feelings of trust It creates a look of professionalism and value. It attracts interest. It's easily readable. Be intentional about your use of colors, fonts, and other elements in your graphics and in all of your marketing, writing, whatever it is. Be intentional. Be purposeful. There should be a reason for something to be the way that you're presenting it. And back to this, look at how well this image does at grabbing your attention and makes it easier to read this list as opposed to a bulleted list on the page. Okay, so now we get into looking at actually putting together your first infographic. And so the very first thing that you need to do is have your content. You should have your text. What is it? What is the information part of the infographic? And then begin with the end in mind, as Stephen Covey says. The goal is, again, to get attention, to build interest, to build desire for more, hearing more from you, desire to continue reading that infographic, show the value, in this case, of these webinars to inspire action, because this is a publicity membership website that this comes from, and the webinars are one of the perks, exclusive webinars for members only. So let's start actually building. So we've got your list of 8 webinars along with a little blurb for each about them. So then how do you illustrate your ideas? Well, what ideas do you need? We already know we're going to use clip art, but how do we know what the ideas are? So here there's being, $1 million business, success strategies of the super rich, people are taking a journey, content marketing, social media marketing, attraction marketing, and then how to write well. The goal is to get attention, build interest, build desire, show value of the webinars, inspire action, and sell those publicity memberships. We're going to use clip art versus images. Here's one of the screens about the buyer's experience. It's a journey, check your buyer's journey, versus this picture over here. So it's harder to match images. We're going to be using 8 images because there's 8 different webinars, and we'd have to match the colors and style and feel of each of the images in order to use images. And they don't scale down very well. To read this was, of course, a bigger image, and it fits just very well into this small space. And consistency is key to building feelings of trust and comfort in the viewers. So we're going to use clip art. There's the not free sites, there's the free sites, and these are the ideas that we're going for. So you put into your browser line images.google.com. And for the idea of $1 million, these are images that came up. When it comes to an infographic, you want the images to be as simple as possible. I like this one, but all of these are sites that I would have to pay for the image. So I thought, okay, what am I going to do now? I'm going to look for a free image that's black with a money bag, because I like that other image. And here, I like this one. This is not free. This is not free. These are not free. How can you tell? Because there's a watermark, and then you can tell for sure by clicking on the image, as I did here, which brings us to the site where we can actually grab it to use it. And it says here, free for commercial use and no attribution required. very briefly about attribution. Some sites where you're getting the images for free, you have to attribute it. You have to put a little underneath the image. It says image by so-and-so and such and such. Well, that won't work in an infographic because it's already going to be a small space. So this is perfect. So, and then I went looking for images of peace. The idea of being, I have to illustrate the idea of being, that made me think, how am I going to illustrate that? So I thought, oh, well, that would be peacefulness. So I looked for images, free images about peace. And I love this. The peace sign is, you know, that's a little hippie-ish. That's not really the feel that we're going for. I liked this bird immediately, so I grabbed that. For the idea of success strategies of the rich, I thought, how can that be? Well, I stumbled upon this series of pictures, and I thought, wow, that's great, because we all know we don't make money in a vacuum. We don't do our business or anything else in a vacuum. We're always interacting with other people. So I like the idea of the puzzles. I liked this one with 4. I would have loved to have had one with 8, except there wouldn't be room for it in the infographic. So I chose this one. Plus it'll scale down well. I don't know why I didn't like the one with 3. I happen to like the number 3, but I like this image better, maybe because they were actually fitting the pieces together. Next, I went looking for an image that would illustrate the idea of a content machine. So see, I put in simply the images for free images machine, and I got all of these machines. Well, I love the jackpot machine. We both can see, you and I can both see it's not perfect yet as a content machine, but watch the tricks that I will teach you. You'll be able to see images like that and say, oh, I can adapt that for my use. So we click on that image, and here it is, and I'm going to need my glasses to read this. Here's the image on this site where Dreams Time is advertising. This site is called Clip Art Lord, but it's Dreams Time is advertising. It's one of the ways that they can have images posted for free. And it says you can use this slot machine clip art for personal or commercial use. That's very important. Sometimes free assets are only available if you give attribution and if it's not for commercial purposes. This clip art is in the public domain, so use it freely. Yay, free is always in the budget. We like that. And especially for startup businesses, it's good to have free. Also, don't spend too much time looking for images. You can get lost in all of the options. Of the images that I chose, most of them appeared on the first page. If I didn't find something quickly from one search that I did, I tried again. And these are then the images that I chose. And this is Joy's logo. Let me pull that over here. It's not showing my whole page. Okay, so now here we started with this slot machine, and we ended up, look at what I did to it. I have to move it over to get it in the screen here. I turned it into a content marketing machine. How did I do that? How will you do it, even more importantly? So in Keynote, you're going to go up here in the top toolbar to where it says Shapes. You're going to grab a box. Look at how easy, quick and easy this is going to be. You grab that box, turn it, go over on the right-hand side of the page. Oh, I have to move myself here and put it on. It is on style. Pick color fill. It's going to automatically turn white, but then you make that black. You choose it black. In case you didn't see how I did that, we'll do it again to cover this up because we don't want a slot machine And again, we go to the right where it says fill, and we're choosing color fill, and then choosing the color black. Okay, so now it doesn't, well, and does the you win work? Absolutely, because we want everybody to win after we've done our marketing. We've got another spot here where we're going to cover that up because insert coins here doesn't really fit with our message, does it? So we put that box there, color fill. This time we're picking the color wheel on the right side. And then we choose the eyedropper, the color picker, and we go over to this yellow part. It fills in, but if you notice there's a little border that automatically goes in there. We go over to, on the right hand, underneath the color spot where it says shadow, and it automatically put in a drop shadow. I don't know why it does that, but you just say no shadow, and boom, now we have a machine. We don't know what kind of machine that is. So we then go up to the top toolbar, grab the text box, go over to the right, turn it white, extend the box to make it a little bit bigger, and we just type in content, and make it bold, and then make it a little smaller so it'll fit. And to make it smaller, you hit Command and the minus sign. Then we're going to do the same kind of box again, and we type in marketing. And it doesn't fit, so we need to make a little smaller. You hit Command and the minus sign from the top line of your keyboard. Yay! Now it's a content marketing machine, and we're ready to rock and roll with that. Okay, so you've seen how to change an image. You've seen where to get the images. Now let's look at this. We have a choice. I'm going to suggest to you that you choose to make your images grayscale. Notice the difference here. Remember, here's the color palette that we can work with. Well, this yellow is not the same as that gold. This gold would work okay. This looks a little, this would work okay. We already changed our, these colors don't work. This red is okay. And these black and white ones kind of don't fit with all the other color ones. But here, look at what makes it smooth, confident, easy, feels good, not all jumbled up with a bunch of different colors. And yet, doesn't really look good with Joy's logo. But this is the choice, to go with grayscale because time is money. Grayscale is easier. We don't have to match all of the colors. It's just black and white. Grayscale is quicker for the same reason, and it's consistent. Look at that again. Busy feeling, feels a little chaotic. The grayscale just calms everything down. Okay, now, so we're going to grayscale things. How do we do that? You simply click on the image, and when you do, then you go up to from the top toolbar, choose Tools. In the drop-down menu, choose Adjust Color. And as soon as you do that, you choose Saturation. I notice Zoom is not showing my entire Keynote screen. You choose Saturation, and then I need an arrow. Choose Saturation, and pull that little diamond shape all the way to the left, and boom, you get a grayscale image. Rinse and repeat. Just do that again for all of the other images, and you end up with these. These are your image content. You've already got your text content. Now we're ready to start building. You begin with the background. Here's how you do that. You go to the top of your toolbar, you select shape. I'm putting it on top of here instead of starting from nothing in the interest of time. You put in your, and you go over to advanced fill. Now, if you do a color fill, you can choose any color, and as you go on the color wheel, you pull that up, and you can pull the color picker and go up here to choose that blue. So that can be the background. Or you could choose a darker blue or purple. You know, you can make it any color. You can make it any color. Obviously, we chose this blue. What you may not be able to tell from this box, though, is that it's actually, I chose gradient fill. And here are the colors. You add the colors that you want. I had a lighter blue and then a darker blue. And it looks like this got moved a little bit. So your background is done. And I chose the color directly from the logo, which represents the color scheme, so that there will be consistency on the website where this is going to be showing. Now we need 8 boxes. Why 8 boxes, and why did I come up with this configuration? 8 boxes seemed like it would be the best fit for those 8 webinars and the blurb of information about each of them. So to do the boxes, again, we go up to shape. Instead of choosing a square, I chose the rounded corners because, as I said before, Joy's brand is kind of soft but strong. So it'll be strong in that white on a blue background, pretty bold. Bold stands out. So we do the box and then go over here and turn it to white and do that 8 more times. Now you have to play a little bit with the spacing of it, and frankly, I eyeball it. Although I think I have pretty good eyeballs, I eyeball it, and having said that, I also will use the rulers. Now here are rulers. Let me teach you about that. So you go to the very top toolbar, not this Keynote one, but the very top, hide rulers. So the rulers are there. Now they're not there. So I'm going to show the rulers. And from the ruler then, you just put your cursor right on the ruler and a little thing appears, and then you get a line. So you can put that there and line up your boxes. Very handy. From view, show rulers, and then you literally pull the line down so that you can see, are you lined up? Because consistency feels good. If things are askew, it just feels like something is out of order. Something isn't right here. And people then will attribute that to being about you. So you want everything to be hunky-dory. Okay, next then, so you've got the background, you've got your boxes. Now let's look at doing the header. And it is webinars. Oh, we don't want it all caps, that'll be too big. Webinars, and we want to spell it right, webinars by Jeanette Joy. Well, the black doesn't work, it's too stark. So we go over here, first put it on text, or you'll never find what you need to find, and then change the text to white with over here where it says font. You'll see the color wheel again, and to the left of that, you just choose to make it white. Then you might want to go to style and put a little shadow on it, just to give it a little more, oomph. Now, okay, so webinars by Jeanette Joy. Well, we might come back. We will probably come back to that part. Okay, so we've got all of our image assets lined up down here, which you can't see all of them because maybe now you can. And you simply drag the images up here. And if it needs to be sized, then you see the box and you just drag it smaller. And then you'll also need the text. So here is the heading, 8 elements of your being. Now you notice I have 2 text boxes there. Why did I do that? Well, in Keynote, they don't provide you an opportunity to make the space, that you can make a space 1.2, 1.5, and so on, but you can't make it 0.9 or 0.8. And I wanted this second line to be pretty close to the top line, so I had to make another box. And then, now you have to play, obviously, with the size of the text. I think in an infographic, it's good to use a sans serif font type, which would mean without those little squiggly lines like Times New Romans has. You can use Arial or Helvetica. Play with that. Keep your fonts no more, probably best to have 2, maybe 3 on the page. Now I've added some interest here in this part of your being. I added an Apple Chancery font just to give it a little interest. And then in the same way that you've built this, and let me show you a trick. Not on that one, on this one, I copied that, Command C, and then Command V to make a copy of it, and drug that over because this line is the same. I want to use the same font size for each of these headings. So instead of going to the toolbar and choosing text and ending up with 8 elements that I have to keep, and then I need to make it smaller, you know, it just takes more time, all of that. Instead of going through all of that, and the same for this, I Command C, Command V, drag it over, and then replace the text that's already there with the actual text. And you continue with that process until you have all of your images, in place. Okay, next then, what we end up with is, here is the infographic all done. Looks nice. Looks nice and calm. I thought about putting the logo in here, but it just kind of doesn't fit. I mean, it fits in terms of space. And notice that this moved over. Let me teach you also to move the background to the right. You hit the right arrow key. This just disappears on here. Plus, it just doesn't quite fit, I think, because it's got so many colors in it, and the rest of everything is black and white. Okay, so here's what the infographic looks like on the website. Looks pretty good. We've got the blue text here, blue, you know, everything looking nice. But you know what I noticed once I looked at the website again is that this blue is not the same as this blue. I want to change the background so that it's the same blue as what is already on the website. So I take a screenshot of that color and then I drag it onto my Keynote desk workspace. Why? Well, here's why. Because I want to change the background. I'm going to play with, and I'm going to move all of this over. change the heading, and I'm going to play with, well, can the, this didn't get chosen, and this didn't get chosen. Move that down, move that down. See, and did you notice what I did? I selected this whole thing and then moved it all. Oh, and this stop I didn't select everything. I meant to select everything. So one of the great things about being able to do your own graphics, or having somebody on staff who learns how to do your own graphics, is you can make changes for optimum impact to get the biggest results with, how does it go again now? Attention, interest, desire, and action. We want to change the background so that it's more reflective of this color. So I'm going to just go over here, gradient fill, and so it's color picker is going to be this color. It's a little more gray, isn't it? And then because I want it more gray, then I'm going to go here, and I want it just a little more of that grayish blue, like this. We can even play with this color a little bit more. There, that'll do it. Now it's going to be much more reflective of the color that's already on the page, which is more consistent. Now we want to change the heading color. First, let's pull in the logo. And the logo is the reason why we have to change the heading color. Because until we change the heading color to one of the logo colors, it won't feel like the logo belongs there, or it will feel like this color is wrong, and that doesn't feel good to observers. So we go then to this color picker, and I'm going to go in here and literally choose, oops, I had only one piece selected. I need to change the whole thing. I'm going to go into the color picker and choose the gold and make the whole image gold. And Joy also likes to have this all in caps. So because I know how to do this myself, it works. It totally works. We want to get the logos, how much room is between the edge of the background and the logo. We want to have that to be about the same distance as the heading on the right-hand side. Now, one of the things I noticed though with this heading is that color doesn't really stand out a lot. And with this font, you can't make it bold. I really want to make it bold, but I cannot. So here's a little trick. I'm going to Command V, make a copy of that, and it gets bolder. I call it a workaround. I'm a workaround queen. If the software of whatever kind or whatever isn't bending to my intentions, if it's not bending to my will, I'll do something about it. So this is, I did 3 copies of that, and let's do the same thing with the logo to make it stand out more, because it's kind of pale. And we'll do that again. See, it just makes it as if I bolded it. So now we're getting somewhere. So this is then the completed product. Looks good. Let's look at the website. Here is the before, the changes, and after the changes. More better, huh? It just looks better. The colors are consistent. The gold makes the logo work here. And that I bolded both of them by making copies of them that I put on top of each other. And look at the difference now between having this infographic and having just the text on the page. Now, let me ask you, which of these, the one on the left or the one on the right, which of them delivers better on your goals of getting attention? This obviously will attract more attention. More interest, same thing. More desire, well, if your website visitor isn't going to read the copy, they're not going to have any desire regarding it. So as we look on the left hand, people will read this. Oh, there's a bird there. What's that all about? 8 elements of your being. And then they'll continue reading. So the infographic achieves more interest for people. And because they have consumed the information that you presented, their desire can elevate. And they'll be more inclined to take action. But the question is then, does it display well on a phone? Let me tell you, yes, it does. Oh, not that video. Here, I don't know if you can see this. There it is. Oh, get that video out of there. I want to go down here, turn it sideways, get to the image, and there it is. There it is on the phone. Works marvelously. Even though the text is small, but look, it just fills the whole screen. Plus, it's quite impressive, don't you think? So we've covered a lot of ground today, and you learned a lot that you can actually put to use for yourself. And I'm just moving this stuff over on the PowerPoint on the fly because Zoom is not showing the whole screen. So because you've stuck with me to the end, you can get a very special free gift, which is 30 minutes with me. Here's what you need to do. Go to the website, barbaralorraine.com. You'll fill out the pre-meeting questionnaire so that I'll know in advance to get my head tuned in to what you want, to what you're interested in. And then the next step is you'll click on, there's a red button on the website where you'll then schedule your free meeting with me. Now that's about $150 value or more. And take advantage of that. It's absolutely free. It's not a sales pitch. It's a way of thanking you for being a small business person who's looking to start a business, grow a business, or start a side business so that you can have more income, more joy and success in your life. But wait, there's more. I want to tell you about our marketing membership. When you're a marketing member, I personally, and I got to move this whole thing over again so you can see how I'm using Keynote right on this Zoom meeting. With your marketing message, I personally give you feedback on your graphics, on your websites, on writing, and all other kinds of marketing stuff. It's a group meeting, but you'll be able to get feedback on your own stuff, and you'll also hear about things that had not occurred to you, questions and issues that are presented by other people. You'll also get feedback from our other members, plus networking with those other people online. How cool is that? Which means there will be JV opportunities. There might be other people in the membership who you can have joint venture projects with. They could be your affiliates, you could be their affiliates, and more. Plus, there are exclusive members-only bonuses each month. All of the membership meetings, those sessions are recorded and available on demand so that if you can't make it to any particular meeting, you'll still be able to get the value from your membership. And by becoming a founding premium member, you're in forever with additional perks and bonuses. Again, I'm Barbara Lorraine. I'm the queen of a small business. This has been about creating your own infographics. If you like this, let me know. Leave a positive comment below. Sign up. Take me up on my free gift. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? It's not a sales pitch. There's zero obligation of any kind. And, so take advantage of that. So with help for starting a business, growing a business, or starting a side business to help you make more income. Until next time,